Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Mash. I like to read and talk about all things books, and it is Bookmas Day 4. Today, we are going to take some time to stop the doom scroll and reconnect with some of our old hobbies. That's things like playing my Nintendo Switch. I love to play cozy games on there, watching anime, catching up on recently released shows or shows that I'm in the middle of, even making some candies and possibly perlers. A good old coloring session will always do. So I have a ton of hobbies that I have just been neglecting since becoming a reader again. And I want to just reignite that instead of sitting on my phone and doom scrolling through TikTok all day, every day. So let's revive some of my neglected hobbies. And if you like this video and more bookish content, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, before we really get into the nitty gritty, as you can see, I have a full beat on and some comfortable clothes. Let's go ahead and wash off my face and really get comfortable because I just want to take the time to unwind and have some fun tonight. What do I want to play? Wildflowers is a new one I picked up. Me and my best friend absolutely loved Overcooked. It's a great two-player game. Disney Dreamlight Valley I haven't played in literally a year. Fae Farm is one of my favorites, but I'm kind of stuck. I know I don't want to play Fortnite. Let's go with Disney Dreamlight Valley. Looks like I need an update. It is currently 6:58 p.m. and we're going to dive into some Wildflowers, play some Switch for a little while. But after this, I'm thinking we catch up on some anime. Y'all like the name of my town, Blood and Ash. The little characters in this show are so cute. I went ahead and put my bonnet on and got into some more comfortable clothes because it was cold as hell in my house. I did play my Switch for several hours. I bounced between Fae Farm and Wildflower while my Disney Dreamlight Valley updated. It finally updated, but now I kind of want to watch some anime, so let's see what's on. So I've watched quite a few episodes of the Apothecary Diaries. I want something a little more action-packed, so I think I'm going to swap over to Gachiakta. I've been in the middle of the season, and this animation is fire, and I think the story is really cool. So that's what I'm going to watch for a little while longer. I was just watching that episode and learning about that character Amo's backstory was absolutely gut-wrenching, and I have to stop. It's currently 12:02 in the morning, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I kind of want to pick up tomorrow by making some candies. I do have to order some elastic cord because I don't think I have any more. I'll try and look tomorrow, but let's get some sleep. It is officially the next day and I am ready to dive into candies. I have all of my pony beads out. I even pulled out my bag of finished and some unfinished candy projects that I've worked on so far. I did make sure yesterday I watched some tutorials so I know what I'm doing. I want to try to do this star cup. I personally watch my tutorials on YouTube from the channel Mood Candy. I'll see if I can tag them somewhere in the description or somewhere in the video so that way you know where I watch my tutorials if you're interested in trying. And for my passion project of the day, I do want to try to make a candy cup inspired by We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. That's the book I'm going to be listening to on audio. I did get an advanced listener copy, so I'm going to listen to it while I make the candy cup to see how much of the book I can get completed. I have nothing better to do with my hands, so why not make candies? Let's get started. Okay, so first you're gonna need the obvious. You're gonna need pony beads. I have just your standard pony bead size, like that you would use for normal bracelets. I got some of these packs that have different colors in them, so that way if I need a different shade of a color, I got these ones. I also got tons of letter pony beads and things like that, which I won't be using for this video, but they're in here. And then I have these ones here with a full assortment of pony bead colors, and I should be able to find what I'm looking for. You will also need some elastic cord. This is 1 millimeters. I would probably go 1.2 millimeters just to make sure it's sturdy enough, but I got black and white so that way I have whatever color I might need. The real tried and true of this entire project is going to be a yard needle. They look like this and you can tie the string onto it, so it's so much easier when you need to weave the string through. You can do this project without using a yard needle, but to me it's going to be exponentially harder if you don't, so I would highly recommend just picking it up. I got this pack of a bunch of different sizes from Amazon. I will link everything that I have here on my Amazon storefront and on my Bendable if you want to pick it up to make your own candy cups. And then of course you're going to need some kind of scissors or shears to be able to cut the string. According to the Mood Candy tutorial, you will need about 7 to 10 feet of string. You will have excess, but you'd rather have more than less. So she just measures with 2 wingspans. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and get the base started so that way we can get this project moving. I do have my audiobook here through NetGalley. NetGalley only lets me go up to 3 times speed. So I'm going to start there. If I have to slow it down because I'm doing audio only, I will. But that's always my starting point. To start, I did go ahead and tie my string to my yard needle. You just do a normal knot. If it comes out, just re-tie it. It's fine. Mine's a little bit shorter than 2 wingspans, but I think this will be enough for me. Now for the most strenuous and tedious part of this entire thing, deciding what bead colors to use. Ooh, and before we get started, I did want to show you some of the other projects I've already done. This is my most recent one. I made this inspired by Sweet Venom by Rena Kent. This was just my practice to make sure I still got it. And it's just a standard X-base cuff, but it's 2 X's high. And this is a cute little cuff I came up with. You can put it on and it looks like that. Isn't that so cute? I also made this really cute pink one. And these are just a few of the ones I made at the very beginning when I just learned how to make candy cuffs, specifically X-base cuffs. So they're just standard cute little ones. When I say unfinished, this is one of the ones I mean. Technically it was finished, but my youngest daughter decided to play with it and broke the string. So a lot of the beads came off. But this one was a really hard one, but I loved it. It was so big and it was like Mardi Gras themed. But I think at some point I will try to remake this one because I think it's really cute. Enough about past projects. Let's get into this current project. So this is our cover that we're working with here. We got gold, red, and like pink and purple. Let's see what beads I can find. We got 30 beads on here. Again, I'm not going to get too detailed in the tutorial. Go check out Mood Candy. But once you get 30 beads on your string, you take it to the end that's open and you tie it off. Do like at least a triple knot. Sometimes I do 4 just to make sure it's stuck. Once you get it tied, you're going to cut the excess off the short side. Then it should look like this. Your yard needle on one side and your beads on the other side. This is my color scheme so far. of our star cuff, and these are the colors that we decided to go with. I think it's matching the cover pretty well. We definitely need to add some gold, and I am loving this so far. We get different magical creatures, a female gladiator, plots and schemes, of course, and I am a sucker for some plots and schemes. I'm really enjoying this, and the romance has me intrigued. I'm not going to say anything about it because it might be considered a spoiler, but it's definitely got me intrigued. But I'm going to go ahead and make it actually look like a star cuff while I binge some more of this book, and then I'll show you the final product once I finish. This project took me way longer than I was anticipating. I ended up staying up till like 1 a.m. working on this yesterday, and I had to go to bed. So when I did take my daughter to the bus, I came right in my office so I could go ahead and finish my Star Candy cuff. I am finally finished, and it has been fun but stressful and kind of irritating diving back into some of these hobbies, specifically this one. This one had me stressed out, but I think it's beautiful and I had a great time. I think it matches pretty well. What do you think? Now on to We Who Will Die. I did get about 43% into this book, and it is what everybody is saying. Hot new romantasy. Stasia Stark knows how to write a romantasy book, and I love it so much. One thing that I don't really see people talking about when it comes to this book is the exploration of grief and loss and the sheer trauma behind that. And that hits me in the feels because I'm someone who lost my best friend when I was 17 years old, and I was also present. So this really is hitting me in my feels, and it makes me feel so seen. And I am genuinely excited to see how Arvel is going to handle and process her grief, because everybody does it differently. In Arvel's case, she is sitting there having to deal with the constant reminder of what happened to her. And I think that is honestly so traumatizing. But I'm loving this book so much. I will be absolutely binging the rest of it today. If you stayed this entire video, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate your support. And I will see you tomorrow for Bookmas Day 5. Bye guys. See you next time.